Alright, Schlockmeister fans, continuing with the Southern Fried Comedy disc, we're going to watch Preacher Man. No clue. Let's check it out. Our film starts with huckster preacher Amos Huxley being spotted in a hayloft with the sheriff's daughter. That's the deputy.
Sheriff, I seen.
Where?
Jethro Clemens' hayloft.
Who was the gal? Well?
It was Bertha.
The soundtrack is actually about the movie.
You better run, preacher man. You better run for your life. The sheriff's got a gun and the sheriff's got blood in his eyes.
So the sheriff's got to run him out of town.
If I ever catch you in this county again, I'll personally hit you in the eye, I'll smash you in the ear, I'll kick you in the mouth, and I'll push your nose to the back of your head. In other words, I'll close everything that's open and open everything that's closed.
Meanwhile, here's Mary Lou taking a bath. And she's being spied on by the boys.
Clyde?
The actress Irene Kristen.
Jimmy? Billy Joe?
So she was going to take turns with each of them. And that's Papa.
What's the matter with you?
Hi, Papa. You back early. I didn't expect you till tonight.
When I call at you, you answer, girl. You deep or something? Now get your fanny out here and give me a hand.
Sure, Papa. I just didn't hear you come up. I was laying in bed.
God bless you. Why, you little hussy.
So Papa takes his daughter Mary Lou to the preacher man, who is now in this county.
In the name of the good Lord that put us down on this here earth. Lord, this sweet young thing who has been put in one of the finest bodies you have ever built. Yeah.
Well, Preacher Man's going to stay with them for a while, and I think he has eyes on Mary Lou.
Yeah. How you feel now? Huh?
I just been aching all over now.
And he convinces her to drink alcohol.
And jump into bed in your birthday suit, just like the good Lord put you down on this here earth. Then you drink the special angel potion. Now it's going to burn at first, but don't worry, because the more it burns, the better the visitation's going to be.
This fella down Georgia way put up $500 in reward money for him.
Amos is a wanted man.
Well, the story goes, he couldn't have proper relations with his wife no more. So he confesses this to the preacher man, who promptly...
Well, then Amos finds a still on Papa's property.
A still. My way, preacher. My poor way of taking care of Mary Lou and myself. Lord, I know it's a sin only a still.
Well, he convinces them that it's God's nectar, and he should join in with them.
He had a ready-made steel and helped to run it and a test to make a few fast bucks.
Now you boys listen to me real good. I told you I don't want you calling on me no more. I done been baptized, had the visitation of the angel Leroy, and I got myself religion and all.
Are you sure this is the Lord's work? Ain't nothing better than building his house now, is there, brother?
Plowshares.
Then Clyde shows up,
Boy, speak his piece.
ex-boyfriend of Mary
Ain't nothing
Lou.
but a hungry polecat. After my Mary Lou, that's what he is.
No, I ain't.
You ain't?
That's right. Fact is, I come to get religion like the rest of you. Did I say something wrong?
But he tells the sheriffs.
You didn't say nothing wrong, boy. Keep talking. They're calling it God's nectar. They say they never been so busy making so much money. Well, ain't that something?
Now, Clyde saw a wanted picture, so he knows who Amos is.
Clyde, what are you after?
I want my Mary Lou back. You fascinated her from me with your sweet talking and your angels and religious experiences.
Clyde, are you jealous of God? Are you jealous of his hold on her sweet soul?
Now, I'm not so sure it's her sweet soul you're after, Mr. Amos Huxley.
All right. There's the reputation
He's
of
gonna
that
reveal.
fine man of God.
But he ain't no man of God at all.
Better watch what you're saying, Clyde.
It's the truth. Your preacher man is a wanted man, a criminal. Talk about it.
So Amos continues to do his preaching
Children of the devil, don't tell us
to a
so.
new
They
congregation.
keep it all inside, secret like.
He's got almost everybody
all twisted,
fooled.
disjointed cabin crib confined, all locked in. And then one big fat day they get the fear. God sees sin here. He sees everybody's lust. Your lust. Your lust. Your lust too. No, don't go looking at your neighbor, sister. I mean you. And you knows I mean you.
You can cut out the cunning, Amos Huxley. We know you ain't no real preacher. He's a criminal.
As God is my witness, I am being framed.
He done gone.
Well, he takes off running with Mary Lou.
I'm forming a posse. I've deputized the whole congregation. All of you on the left, follow me. All of you on the right, follow Leon. And be real careful, because he's dangerous.
If you hurry, you can make it.
Mary Lou's gonna have a change of heart, though.
I didn't tell you, Amos. I can.
What about our plans on the traveling? What about you and me?
Amos, I can't go.
Well, he continues to run away on his own then, until a car pulls up, stops him, but it's not the cops.
While the preacher man preached on the sins of a woman, the lady in red walked in. From a front row seat in the congregation, she gave him a hungry grin. And when the preacher man ran for his life, guess who kept him from a jailhouse bed? The last thing the sheriff could see was the preacher man fleeing with the lady in red. You better run, preacher man. You better run for your life.
All right, let's talk about Preacher Man, son of a preacher man. We got this in the Southern Fried Comedy, Sergeant Kabuki Man's Comedy Jam Volume 1. I don't think they made a Volume 2. Featuring Ellie, Hot Summer in Barefoot County, and Preacher Man. Preacher Man is a Hicksploitation film from 1971, starring a guy named, what was his name? I don't know. Albert T. Viola played Amos. He's this preacher, but he's like a phony preacher. He does preach, though, but he's also a womanizer and bootlegger he gets involved in. Anyway, he's, I think at the beginning of this movie, he was like sleeping with the sheriff's daughter, and the sheriff caught him and basically ran him out of the county. So he went to a nearby county and hooked up with this family there. I shouldn't say family. It was a guy, an older man living with his young, hot teenage daughter. Actually, she was probably in her early 20s, to be honest with you. In fact, she was played by an actress who was on a bunch of soap operas. Irene Kristen, I think was her name. Full frontal nude scene there for her as well in this movie. But anyway, so he decides to stay at their house, and of course he woos the daughter with a bunch of bullshit talking about how alcohol is God's nectar, that sort of thing. And he basically just wants to wine and dine her and sleep with her, which he does. And all the time, the yokel father is fooled by him, thinking he's some worthy preacher. He finds a still on the guy's property, and the guy said, "Well, that's how we make our money. You know, we got to do what we got to do." And then, the preacher basically says to him, "Yeah, no, this is God wants you to do this." So he gets in cahoots with this guy, and they start selling bootleg liquor, moonshine. And then eventually the ex-boyfriend of Mary Lou, the girl in the house, the daughter, comes around, and he doesn't trust the preacher, and he wants to be back with Mary Lou too, of course. So he comes in and says, "Well, I just want to find religion myself. It looks like you guys are having a good time with this, so teach me." So he comes back in, and then the sheriffs find out, the local sheriffs in this county find out, and they basically call him out while he's preaching to somebody. They saying he's a charlatan, he's not real, blah, blah, blah. Well, at this point, the preacher man and Mary Lou, they take off running through the woods. I guess they're going to run off and be with each other. But then Mary Lou has a change of heart at the end and says, I can't go with you. So with the sheriff and everybody else, the sheriff has now formed a posse with all the congregation members who were listening to him. They go chasing him. He gets away, and then he ends up getting in the car with this like lady in red. Some woman just pulls up in this convertible, moves over to the passenger seat and waits for the preacher man to come back to the car and hop in, and they drive off together, and that's how the movie ends. Strange film, but you know what? This was a fun film. It was very. You know what was really cool about this movie was the songs. The songs are just banjo-driven, backwoods bluegrass country stuff about and then the songs were about the movie, the characters in the movie and such. So and they were actually pretty well done for what it was. So, but anyway, a couple of nude scenes thrown in from our main actress, who is a pretty actress. And it was just a fun, goofy little film. I liked it, and I'd never heard of it before. I needed this to get this DVD because I needed the movie Ellie, which I had on VHS. The other two movies were just bonus ones that I never heard of. But Preacher Man's kind of a fun film, so I like it. I think this is available on an individual DVD also. Otherwise, you can get the Southern Fried Comedy version, which I think actually right now, I think when I did Barefoot County yesterday, I think I said it runs about $50-$60. I think I saw it on Amazon for about $25. So I'll leave a link to that one down below. You can't go wrong with 3 of these exploitation movies for that price. Wow. And I know Ellie's got a lot of nudity in it too. I'm looking forward to that one next. So anyway, check it out. Preacher Man, kind of a fun film. Anybody else seen this one besides me? I'm curious. Leave some comments. Let me know. By the way, they made a sequel to this movie called Preacher Man Meets Witter Woman or something like that, which is not available on DVD. However, I found a source that does have that movie, so maybe I'll track it down at some point. Check it out. Leave some comments. Watch it. Bye.